Hi, it's almost summertime, late spring, and I'm already enjoying my fresh herbs. My basil is out, so I decided to make pesto, and I make enough pesto to put some in the freezer in an ice tray that will last about 6 months anyhow. And it's really simple because when I come home, I can incorporate that pesto from my own garden into my meal. So I'm using it a lot on chicken and fish and other types of protein. It just doesn't have to be for pasta. It's a great thing to do. It's an easy thing to do. I started that basil by seed, and this is what it ends up being. I'm going to make the pesto. Here's the basil that we started from seed about 2 months ago, and we're going to harvest this. I'm going to go right down here, cut them right off. And I'll do this one here too. I'm going to do this. Look how beautiful this one is. The whole idea is you have to get this stuff, as soon as you cut it, you got to take it inside and start working with it. This is oregano, so I'm going to get some oregano at the same time. Beautiful oreganos. Then right down here I have some margin. Right there, I'm also going to add that to my pesto and give it a little bit of a different flavor. Here's some bigger ones right here. Okay. Now I'm going to move over to the sage over here. I'm going to grab some sage. Some of this has flowered, but it's still okay. Beautiful. Here I am, of course. You know that pesto has garlic in it, so here we're going to peel and chop this garlic to go into the pesto. I'm not going to just do a fine chop because the machine's going to do a lot of the work. We are putting this into a small food processor. Okay, so I'm just going to rough chop this garlic real quick that I peeled and get it ready for to put it together with the Cuisinart. Now these are the beautiful basil leaves that we picked from the garden. And I'm just going to start. It's really important that you use as fast as you can from the garden to doing this, because you don't want these leaves to turn brown or discolor. So I try to use it as soon as I pick it. And I'm pulling the stems off like this real quick. Look at that beautiful basil. I try to get the whole thing in there. Alright. It takes a lot of basil leaves to make just a little bit of pesto. This is, again, I started these by seed about a month ago. And I'll do a couple rounds of basil in my garden this summer, going all the way into the fall. So I always have basil growing, which is kind of nice because it's one of my favorite herbs to put on tomatoes and so forth. Okay, now I'm going to take, that's the oregano. I'm just going to pull it just like this right into the Cuisinart, all the leaves. Those are all beautiful fresh oregano leaves. Again, I'll do another oregano right here. You just take it and pull it right down into the Cuisinart. Alright. And then I'm going to take, this is a margarine. I'm going to take that and put that right in there. No stem, just the leaves. Okay. Then I'm going to take, this is some sage. I'm going to take the sage, do the same thing. So my pesto has a little bit more than just basil, as you can see. It has a lot of different herbs from the garden, and really it's a green paste. It doesn't have to. There's no rules or regulations. It can't have all these other beautiful herbs in it. And I love oregano, and I love sage, and I love all of these together. Right, and then I'm going to take my garlic that I chopped, and I'm going to put the garlic in there just like this. Okay. And then a little ingredients I put in there, I do put butter in there. It's about almost a half a stick of butter. And then add my 100% pure olive oil to it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit of the Himalayan salt, which is, everyone knows, it's rich in vitamins and minerals. And a little bit of black pepper. And you know, I usually have pine nuts and walnuts around, but today I have pecans, so I'm using pecans in my pesto today. And it just gives it that extra texture. And all I have to do is just put this top right on, and away we go. Alright, so it looks like it's getting pretty good. Halfway through I stop and push it down a little bit with a rubber spatula just to make sure it's all getting incorporated correctly. And the leaves are all getting chopped up correctly. And it only takes 2 seconds. Stop the Cuisinart. There's no rush here. Get that down like this. And I think at this time I'm also going to add a little bit more olive oil. You can't go wrong with a little bit more olive oil just to get that more, let's see, a little bit more different texture there. Okay. Put this back on. Okay, that's just about it right there. And what I use, we use a lot here, is we use the coconut oil spray, which is nice. And I'm going to spray the inside of this ice tray here. And I'm going to take my pesto. And I'm going to start by just pouring a few of them into these into the ice tray. What I'm going to do is level this off a little bit here with the spatula. Good. You can see that's all we're going to do here. Okay, so now I got the pesto in my ice tray, and what I'm going to do now is just put a piece of parchment paper over the top of it like this. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up a little bit, and this makes it so it doesn't stick, and it covers it. And then what I usually do is I take a piece of tinfoil and I just put a piece of tinfoil over the whole thing. I wrap it up. So the pesto's not coming in contact with the tinfoil, only the parchment paper. And then I just pop it right into the freezer. Okay, so this is our end result. Voila, that's our pesto right there, made from those products. Now, as you saw, I put those in the ice tray into the freezer. And in the freezer, the pesto will last about 6 months anyhow. And it's really nice, so I can come home and take that out and incorporate that in one of my meals and make it really simple. And it's all fresh and from my own garden, and it makes it delicious. And I'll tell you something, there's nothing like fresh homemade pesto on just about anything, from chicken to pasta and so forth.